how to drop belly fat without starving yourself, taking Ozempic or Mounjaro using these 5 easy steps. Hey team, and welcome to this week's episode of The Inspired Show, the show that's dedicated to helping you become the best version of yourself, mentally as well as physically. We've got a great episode for you this week. But before we delve into it, if you've not done so already, hit that subscribe button. It means you stay updated with every single episode we drop every single week. Smash a like on this video, share it with someone who may benefit, and as always, if you've got any questions or big takeaways, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Absolutely love reading your comments every single week. So this week's episode is all about dropping belly fat, but most importantly, doing it consistently. We're going to be going through the 5 pillars of success I've used personally to lose over 45 pounds in less than 6 months and keep it off, and the same steps that Steph used to lose 70 pounds in less than 12 months, and Jess, using the same 5 steps, lost over 100 pounds in 12 months as well. And if you apply these 5 principles, not only will you lose belly fat, but you'll keep it off long term as well. Now, before we jump into those 5 pillars of success, a very important point we need to point out right at the beginning of this video is when it comes to fat in any area, you cannot spot reduce fat. When it comes to fat loss, your body will burn fat from wherever it decides to burn fat from. We cannot pinpoint that, and we must create a calorie deficit to do that. Without the calorie deficit, you will not see fat loss. And these pillars are going to allow you to consistently hit that calorie deficit so you can see the results you want. Now, before we get into these points and 5 pillars, if you don't know what your calorie deficit should be, then use my starter plan link down below, which will help you work out those calories and then apply these 5 principles, which are going to help you seek success. So pillar number 1 is your why. This is what actually drives your fat loss progress. So many people make the big mistake of focusing solely on the diet or the movement before really thinking about why they want to achieve these goals. And when you really think about it, why is it you want to lose weight? Why is it you want to drop belly fat? And you'll be thinking about things like, well, I want more confidence. I want to have more energy. I want to have better relationships. And these are amazing reasons. But be completely honest with yourself. When push comes to shove, despite having these reasons, you still give up, don't you? So what that is telling us is that your reasons to change, they're simply not powerful enough. So you need to ask yourself some probing questions. Why is it you really want to lose weight? How is it actually impacting you in your life right now? In what way, shape, or form is your confidence impacted at work, in your relationships, with your children? What things do you currently avoid or you do not do because how you feel and how you look? If nothing changes over the next 6 to 12 months, what would that mean for you? And if you were to wake up tomorrow at your goal, what would that mean for you positively? So these are the questions you want to be asking yourself. And when you create a clear path for this to change, what's going to do and what's going to happen is when the going gets tough on the days when you're tired, you're demotivated, you can push through because your reason to change is so effing powerful that it'll keep you going if the going gets tough. So pillar number 1 is get really clear on the reasons why that you want to change. Pillar number 2 is all about realistic expectations. You're not a robot. You live very busy lives between being a parent, going to work, being a good partner, plus trying to work on yourself. There's a lot of plates to spin. And a lot of people attack their weight loss journey as if they haven't got a care in the world. And their plans usually rely on having the perfect day. But the thing is, life isn't perfect. So how can you be expected to be on point with your calories every single day? Hit your step target every single day. Drink your 2 liters of water every single day. Get to bed on time every single day. Train every single day. Manage your stress every single day, as well as being an adult, being a parent, being a partner, going to work. Like all these spinning plates become very overwhelming and we get burnt out and these plates start to fall. And when these plates start to fall and we can't hit that perfection, we feel like we're failing. And because we feel like we're failing, we get into the mindset, well, I can't do it, so what's the point in even trying? We self-sabotage. So we need to strip it right back and understand that aiming for perfection is going to set us up to fail. So be realistic with where you are right now in life. And slowly but gradually start adding things in without the overwhelm. So maybe for the first week, instead of being perfect with everything, you might say to yourself, I'm just going to start keeping a food diary. I'm not too worried about what I'm going to eat exactly, but I'm going to get a good understanding of what I'm actually consuming. And then the week after that, you start making some changes to rein in those calories, make better decisions, make smarter swaps. With regards to your movement, instead of saying I'm going to train 5 times a week in the gym, you might say I'm going to train once a week in the gym and then focus my walking for the first couple of weeks. So be realistic with what you need to be doing, but also be realistic with the goals you're looking to achieve. Like if you're expecting to lose 3, 4, 5 pounds every single month, are you expecting yourself to set to fail? Because you might not be able to do that every single month or every single week. So you might need to bring it back down. Half a pound, 2 pounds per week. Some weeks you might not even lose because of the water retention. So set realistic targets that fit around real life, not just perfect lives. And that brings us on nicely to pillar number 3, which is efforts over outcomes. A big mistake I see so many people making is chasing the outcome, which is the weight loss. And I get it. You're frustrated. You want to lose the weight, but how many times have you done a fad diet, you've cut your calories really low, or you've been very restrictive and you've lost the weight, only to regain it when you resume normal behavior? This is because you've not focused on building the habits and behaviors necessary for long-term change, because the scales don't tell the whole story. Like where you are with things right now, and ultimately on average over time, is a direct consequence and byproduct of your daily habits and rituals. So as you move into each new week, instead of saying, I want to lose X amount of weight, think about the efforts that you can put in to achieve the outcome. So for example, this week, I'm going to aim to get to the gym twice per week. If you hit those 2 gym sessions, celebrate it, reinforce it. This week might be a target of 1 piece of fruit, 1 piece of veg per day. If you succeed with that, celebrate it, reinforce it. Another one might be to get to bed by 10 p.m. and wind down 30 minutes before. If you achieve that, celebrate it, reinforce it. And what then happens is these efforts start becoming second nature. They become automatic. Just like the effort of you brushing your teeth every single day, you do it without even thinking. These efforts around your health and fitness will become automatic. And as a byproduct of that, you'll be reaching your goals without even thinking about it, which means you're getting long-term success. And then pillar number 4 is all about those sneaky bottlenecks. Your bottlenecks are things that are going to actually stop you being consistent in the long term. And there's so many we can mention here, but I'm going to mention some of the key ones that really hold people back. So procrastination, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week, I'll start in the new year if you're watching this right before Christmas. Another one could be the all-nothing mindset, where you believe you've got to be 100% perfect, and if you're not perfect, what's the point in even trying? Leading you to self-sabotage when you have one mishap. Another one's emotional eating or stress drinking, using the food or the alcohol to make you feel good in that moment. Again, that holds a lot of people back. So unless you're actively addressing these bottlenecks, how can you possibly be consistent long-term with your calorie deficits to get the fat loss that you're looking for? And then step number 5 is all about consistency. And this shouldn't be mistaken for being perfect, because perfection is not what we're looking for. But consistency is showing up good most of the time, rather than trying to be perfect a little bit at a time. Because it's all well and good being perfect 1 or 2 days if you're then imperfect for the rest of the week, self-sabotaging. Consistently good trumps that every single time. But how can you be consistently good? Address the first 4 pillars. Have a powerful reason to change, you're not relying on motivation. Setting realistic goals and targets so you're not getting frustrated. Number 3, building better efforts so the outcome becomes automatic. And number 4, actively addressing your bottlenecks that are holding you back. Now, when you put these 5 things together, that will allow you to maintain your calorie deficit and your daily movement to start seeing real results without the overwhelm. Because the goal isn't just to lose the weight and lose the belly fat, it's to keep it off as well. And this process, when applied correctly, will help you with that. Like I mentioned earlier, we have our startup guide in the chat down below. So make sure you download it. It'll help you with your calories, plus it covers these 5 steps as well. And if you want extra additional support, this January, we're launching our next 8-week group coaching program, which means you can get help and support and accountability for a fraction of the cost. And the first 5 people actually get a massive 50% discount as well. So if you want one of those spaces, simply comment in the comment section with 8-week challenge and I'll send you all the details. But guys, until next week, thank you so much for joining in, and I'll catch you very, very soon.